Hello, thank you for your interest in field studies and global consulting. I'm VP Singh. You can see other members of the teaching team on the right. Dorothy is responsible for the client outreach. Emmanuel is the TA for this class. This class is focused on teaching real business skills such as teamwork, problem solving, analytics, interviewing, graphics, presentation skills done through lectures, but primarily through a real consulting project done for real clients, a real consulting experience. So it's very much an applied course. The course has two main components. Let's move the panel over here. So we start off with skills training, which is where we learn and practice the science and art of consulting through lectures, case studies, readings, and guest presenters. And we'll also select our projects and form our teams in the early weeks of the class. We'll quickly pivot to the actual client project, where you'll align on your project scope and timeline with your clients. You'll come up with a work plan as well. You'll work your project by working with your team. You'll have regular check-ins with your client. And of course, you'll have regular reviews with myself and the TA. And of course, this will end with making a final presentation to your client. Now, the projects for 2021 are still being finalized, but here are the 5 projects we had last spring to give you a flavor of what to anticipate. We had the GAP, where the project was around working with the supply chain team to identify pathways to build a circular economy. We had Deloitte working with their risk management team to assess how their clients' data risk management needs might be evolving. So Deloitte could increase their offerings in this arena. We had Boeing, which was focused on the Asia region, which included a competitor analysis and a 5- and 10-year strategic roadmap for that region for the BDS division of Boeing. We had PayPal, which was focused on the small and medium business market segment, and we helped size the market and identify opportunities in that segment. And then finally, we had Hershey, again working with the supply chain team, helping them develop a strategy to ensure a living wage across their entire value chain. For the spring of 2021, we're currently planning a hybrid format for the lectures. The projects will be virtual, and that's common even aside from the current pandemic. Many of the clients are located in distant locations, and it's common for the project teams to work with them using a variety of virtual tools. The class size is limited by the number of sponsored projects. It's always 5 students per project, and we have 4 or 5 clients typically, so the class size is usually 20 or 25 students. So if you're thinking about taking this class, here are a few things to think about. Number one, if you want a career anywhere problem-solving skills are important, this might be a relevant class for you. And now it doesn't have to be problem-solving just in consulting or business. You might be interested in a career in the public sector or an NGO, or a startup. Indeed, problem-solving skills are going to be extremely important for you in all of those arenas. It would be helpful for you to have had some prior problem-solving experience. And again, this can be quite broad. Might be problem-solving experience in some business-related work experience, but it could be the public sector, an NGO, military, and so on. It's very helpful to have taken relevant classes in finance, economics, leadership, strategy, and so on. So there's more information on this in the syllabus, but it's very important to have taken some of these foundational classes. And most importantly, it's really important to be committed to delivering value for your client. As I mentioned, we have a real client who has a real problem that they're asking your help on, and you have to be absolutely committed to delivering value for them. The enrollment process and timeline. The first thing, of course, is to learn about the class, and you're doing that by watching this video. You might have attended one of our information sessions in the fall. Take a look at the syllabus, talk with one of the members of the teaching team. Feel free to reach out to me or Dorothy or Emmanuel, or talk to some of the students that took the class previously. And you can also attend the first class on January 22nd. Now, because the class size is limited, we do ask for a separate application for this class. Emmanuel will send that link out after finals around December 14th. Please submit your application no later than January 22nd but earlier is definitely better. And if the class is oversubscribed, we will do a lottery among qualified students. And when we do the lottery, we typically hold about 70% of the slots for second year or single year students. We'll inform all the selected students by noon on January 25th. And we ask at this point that you are completely committed to the class. So if at any point you decide not to take the class, please let Emmanuel know so that he takes you out of the lottery process. But once you're selected in the class, we ask you not to drop it subsequently, because remember, you will be very soon forming a team on a client project, committing to that client, and we don't want any changes in the client team once that happens. So please take due consideration on that, and I look forward to seeing you in the class next semester.